Okay.
This
Miss, I show you.
nutrition and this topic is a very good topic, girls. It is like yesterday we spoke about nutrition labels, and I told you to cut it and show it to me. Malak, I want you to show me the labels and tell me, like, compare the labels. As you told me, you have cut 3 of the labels, right? So compare and
Yeah.
tell me how many calories each of your nutrition fact have, and you have cut from which example. Did you choose carbohydrates or did you choose proteins? What did you choose? So I want you to show us and explain.
Okay, Miss. First, I cut this.
Okay, show it to me.
This. I cut this.
Mhm.
It's for chips.
From chips. Okay. How many kilocalories are there here, Malak?
There are 138 calories.
138 calories. Can you just tell me the names of the chips? Name of the chip? Which chip you chose?
Cheetos.
Okay, Cheetos. All right. Next.
This
Okay, from where?
from Oreos.
Oh, it will have how much is that? How much kilocalories is that?
There is. Miss, where is it written in this one?
Try to search.
Oh, 91.
Okay, it is less than the chips. See, it is less than the chips.
Yeah.
But it is, has lot of okay. Now next, see next.
This one is.
Oh, you have all more of carbohydrates. Okay, and how much it is? 100.
This is my favorite.
Yeah, even I like
140.
Okay.
The Cheetos is.
So see, you have 2 chips. You have chips of Fairco and you have chips of Cheetos. But what do you feel? Which is better to eat?
This one.
Yes, this one is better to eat. Check the carbohydrates, dear. Check the carbohydrates. How much carbohydrates do they have?
The Cheetos have carbohydrates 40 grams, I think.
40 grams, 40. Okay, and how about the other one? The other chips?
No, 14, Miss.
14. Okay, 14 grams. All right. And how about the Fairco?
The Fairco have, Miss. It have 12 grams.
So do you see how it is differing, girls? How it affects my body? Do you see that now, Malak, Vateen and Galia?
Yeah, Miss.
Yes. So every time, try to read these labels. Try to see more of where you have more carbohydrates. Avoid them, and then compare with the like example. Like I love.
Miss, the Oreos have 13 and this have 12.
See. Imagine. When I compare the calories are less in Oreo, but see the carbohydrate. It has more carbohydrate in that. That means it is more harmful to me than the chips. Did you get that?
Yes, Miss. Yeah, Miss.
That's why while choosing the food, you must know how to read the label. You must know which food is very good for me. I know sometimes it's not that just leave the chips. No, you must have a balanced diet. You can eat once a while, twice a while. I mean, twice a week, once a week. But that time, even that time, when you go to the supermarket, try to choose which one is better for you. Try to choose with the calories, with the sodium, with the carbohydrates, which one has more proteins, which one has less proteins, everything. Okay?
Yes.
All right. So let us begin here now again. So now coming to this, what can you use to choose a healthful diet? What is a diet? Don't say that diet means not eating. No, diet is something, is amount of food that a person eat. That is my diet.
Yeah, it's like a balanced diet that you eat carbohydrate.
Diet is the one what you eat. I don't know what you eat. You eat a balance or you eat something unbalanced. Diet is something what you eat simply. Maybe you're eating more, maybe you're eating less. But what is a healthy and a balanced diet? Which has all of the nutrients. And the nutrients depend upon everything. Like example, your age, if you're taking a lot of carbohydrates, we don't say that don't take it, yes. But if the people of more age, elderly people, they start taking more of carbohydrates, which is not suiting their age. So it depends upon the age, the sex, and how active you are. Sometimes you're really working hard. You have a lot of work at home. Maybe your maid is absent, or your maid is sick and you have to work by your own. That day, even if you eat a lot of calories in the afternoon, no problem, because you will work out, right? If your routine is
Yeah.
you just have to sit like nowadays. Nowadays, when I have to sit and teach you, I have to sit from 9 to 2 p.m. Morning 9 to 2 p.m. I have to sit at one place. Imagine. In the break, maybe I will just go and do, but I'm not moving much like how I used to move. You remember how I was in the school, how I used to move and
Yeah.
act and in the class. Okay, so that is not there now. So I have to think about my diet. I have to think that what should I eat as my breakfast? Can I eat how I used to eat at school? No way. My diet will depend upon my activity. It must depend on your activity. Like in school, girls, I used to remember, I still remember that how active you were. You all used to go to PE, you all used to move around in the class, talk to your friends. Every time the teacher goes out, come on, you will stand up from the bench, especially Malati, and move around and peep out which teacher is coming, which is. But here at home, do you do that? You're just sitting.
No.
No, we are not that active. So my energy needs, it depend upon all these three factors: age, sex, and how active you are. So most of the teenager girls, they need between 1,800 and 2,200 calories. But teenage boys, they need more. You know why do they need more? I don't have to say you. Because you know, boys, they have that inner ability that they cannot sit for a while. They need they use their energy more than girls.
Yeah.
So here, girls, what did I say you? The teenage girls will need up to 2,200 calories, whereas when you compare to teenage boys, they have to between 2,200 and 2,800 calories per day.
So girls need 2,200 and boys need
like approximately. They did not say exactly, but they can take more because they are more active than us. Now, accordingly to the US recommended daily values and even the international standard values, we call as RDAs, the US recommended daily values will need most of the healthy people, that is like 2,000 calories per day. This is an important line. I might ask in the what you call as, even last year I think I asked this question. The percentage of daily values shown is based on a diet that consists of 2,000 calories per day. This is, please highlight this. This
Okay.
is international, like, you know, it's not about teenage or some age. It's like approximate, everyone needs this. 2,000 calories per day.
but if you eat more calories,
of course you will start
what will happen?
fat. You will start storing fat, and finally you might have some diseases or you might grow fat. But honestly speaking, girls, I'll say you one thing. When I was like of your age, I remember I used to love yani, of course, as you all like eating chocolate, eating chips, but I did not gain weight. So even it's some part is genetic. But girls, again, this time, especially when we are in a pandemic of coronavirus, you have learned, you have your family. I feel many of our family members, many of our relatives, everyone around us, we have learned how to stay healthy, how to keep our food. We are taking a lot of vitamin C, we are taking fruits. You know that everyone is trying to take care of themselves more. When you compare to 2020 to 2019, 2020 was the year that everyone, each one of us, we stood up and we decided that we will definitely take care. I feel that you deserve the best. And even other girls, grade 6, you are amazing girls.
Miss, no, I didn't do like the one my teen did.
No, that I gave time. That I told you, take your time. Okay. So I am just for the nutrition labels here.
Because I didn't continue it.
Vatina, I'm talking about the nutrition label. You need to cut it. Okay?
Oh yeah, I did.
I have
Miss,
it.
I found one for my chips.
Really?
My brother's favorite chips.
Okay, so you must cut it here. What do you call as Ghalia, and try to stick it or try. Those are like you are
Miss, yeah, look, this one, my brother's favorite chips.
excellent, excellent. So see, if this was there with us before, I would have compared it. Read the calories, how much it is? How much is it?
129.
129. And how about the saturated fat, the fats, and the what do you call as carbohydrates?
Miss, I don't see them.
You have it's written there, carbohydrates. Try to read them. What is there? Try to read them.
Oh yeah, 12.
12 grams.
No, 12. Yeah, 12 grams.
12.95 grams. It's like almost like Fairco, the chips what Malak was eating, right?
Yeah.
No, this is different. But yeah,
I'm talking about the carbohydrates. When you compare the carbohydrates,
yeah.
it's like almost near to that. But of course, more calories. Again, they have more calories because they have.
Yeah, Miss, look, I have this one.
Good one. What is it? Yeah, what is it? Yeah, Malak?
Yeah, the calories 58.
Oh, this
And
is
the carb.
This is a healthy juice, maybe then.
Yeah, Miss.
Okay, so tell me the carbohydrate.
58. No, the carbohydrate total 5%.
Mister is gonna try with Nutella and the cereal,
Oh my God.
the Cocoa Puff.
Nutella will definitely.
Miss, the Nutella has a lot, and
Yes.
the Pepsi and 7-Up.
It's like if it's a cereal, it is a breakfast, so it has to have more.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, now when we are talking about this and discussing about it, you will definitely feel interesting. You will feel that you have learned something. And when you go to supermarket and when you start choosing your stuff, you will try to choose accordingly. Inshallah. Okay. And guide at home.
Yes.
Sodium means your parents, your grandparents, their blood pressure. It can affect the blood pressure. So try to choose stuff with less of sodium. Because you know salt is sodium chloride. You know that salt is sodium chloride. Like water is hydrogen oxide, H2O, and HCl. Now coming to the plate, the US Department, honestly, what's your name, your Vati? It's a wonderful plate. I will try to put on my status today so that everyone see it and they appreciate and they also try to follow them. That's a very good plate, okay? And even others, Malak and Ghalia and Lean, I want you all to make in such the same way so that I forward that. So the US
Okay, Miss.
Agriculture created the My Plate icon as a tool to help people make healthy food choices. My Plate shows the relative amount of food from 5 food groups. I told you, you can go with the real stuff. I don't mind. Anything. The My Plate icon reminds people to choose fruits and vegetables as half of healthy meal. Additional recommendation found at choosemyplate.gov include consuming whole grain foods and switching to fat-free or low-fat 1% milk. Also found are how many calories you need per day and tips for making food choices for healthy lifestyle. Anyways, they have told us, and I explained you about it yesterday. Now coming to these two things. Oh my God. These two things, girls, are very, very important this way to learn. I mean, nowadays to learn. Alhamdulillah, none of you are obese, my class girls. None of you, all of you. Wateen, I will say underweight. Malak underweight. Lean underweight. Lean is very lean, actually. We say in English, lean, L-E-A-N, means very thin. So lean, and even Ghalia, when I saw you, you are also underweight. You are not overweight. So mashallah, you all are, following a healthy lifestyle. So health problems can result from eating too much food, not enough food, or not enough of specific nutrients. People who consume too many calories may become overweight or suffer from obesity. There are two different things, girls. One is overweight. That means he's heavy for his height and weight. And one is obesity. Obesity is it's like a disease, girls. When a person weighs more than 20% above his or her recommended body weight, that is too much. Sometimes it is genetic also, girls. Having an inactive lifestyle can also contribute to obesity Obesity increases the risk of serious health conditions such as high blood pressure, most of the heart diseases, cardio. Remember the word cardio? I told you. Remember the cardio doctor, the cardiologist. Cardio, the word cardio, Ghalia. You know this word,
Yeah.
cardio? Cardio, when I'm talking about cardio, that means it is heart. Cardiologist is a heart doctor. Cardiovascular disease is heart diseases. High blood pressure, diabetes, you know, that high blood sugar. So eating balanced diet and exercising regularly can both prevent, treat obesity. So this is about obesity and overweight. I want you all to see a video of it. Wait a second.
She exercises because she's obese. But I'm about to show you that there's much more than meets the eye when it comes to obesity. There are lots of Amandas out there and they need treatment. Maybe you're one of them, or maybe you know an Amanda. It's time to act on obesity. But in order to do so effectively, we need to understand obesity. It's generally accepted that body weight is determined by a pretty simple formula. We call it the energy balance equation, and it works like this. If the number of calories that you consume equals the number of calories that you burn, your weight remains the same. If you consume more than you burn, you gain weight. And if you burn more than you consume, you lose weight. Most people think that those of us who properly manage our energy balance remain lean, whereas those of us, like Amanda, who eat too much and exercise too little, become obese. We view obesity as a lifestyle choice, and the cure for it is simple: eat less and exercise more. This may sound logical, but it's wrong. Let me explain. First, let's talk about set point. No, I'm not talking about the point in a tennis match when one player is about to beat the other. I'm talking about a theory that says that no matter what you consciously want your weight to be, your brain has its own sense of how much body fat it should have on board, and it has a complex system in place that very precisely regulates your energy intake and expenditure to keep you within a so-called set point range for body fat. So that whole energy balance equation, it's not something that you control voluntarily. Your brain regulates your calories in to your calories out for you. For your brain to do this, it needs to know how much energy you have on board at all times. And it knows this by listening to hormones like leptin, which is made in your body fat. You can think of it like a car. Leptin is the gas gauge that tells your brain how much gas is in your tank. But leptin is just one piece of the puzzle. You've got a whole bunch of other hormonal signals and sensors that are involved too. Your bones, muscles, pancreas, liver, GI tract and sensory organs, they all play a role, communicating with your brain to give it the information it needs to do its job. But that's more detail than we need for this conversation. The point is that you have a complex system in place that regulates you to within a set point range for body fat. So what happens if Amanda decides to lose weight by going on a diet? After all, people with obesity should eat less, right? Here's what happens. She loses weight, but her hormone levels change. Her brain hears this, and it starts acting to restore whatever body fat she's lost. She feels hungrier, and although she doesn't know it, she's also burning fewer calories than before. You see, set point is usually a one-way street. Once it's been elevated, the brain works to defend it just as vigorously as it would a lower set point. Amanda's brain doesn't...
See, her way of explaining is she tries to say that if she stopped completely eating, immediately, like, come on, from today, I'm not gonna... She's saying, don't do that. Because her brain is set to eat so much. That will, make her upset from inside. That will increase, that will make her hormones upset. So that's why everything what you plan is for gradually. I just love the way she's doing everything and explaining us one by one. So she's saying that don't exactly leave everything on that point. We have a set point which is made in our brain. That must not get, disturbed. If that get disturbed, our hormone levels might affect it. Let us continue.
Know that she needs to lose weight. It only knows to defend her current set point. Back to our car analogy. Amanda can't help but look for a gas station to refuel when she sees that her gas gauge is low. At the same time, she becomes more fuel efficient, burning less energy than before. This might explain why treating obesity with diet and exercise so often fails to produce the desired results. It's sort of like telling Amanda that she needs to be a more careful driver, when the real problem is that she needs a mechanic to fix her car. Okay, So if we've all got this complicated system in place that prevents us from losing weight, why doesn't it also protect us from gaining weight and developing obesity in the first place? How can we explain the obesity epidemic? Getting back to Amanda, why did she develop obesity? The answer is that it takes a perfect storm to cause an obesity epidemic like the one we're seeing now. And it's our modern environment that places us, and Amanda, directly in the path of that storm. While there's no single cause for the rising rate of obesity, changes to the chemical and nutrient content of our food, the so-called Western diet, a decrease in physical activity, increased levels of stress, inadequate and disrupted sleep, and more widespread use of medications that promote weight gain all play a role. Our unique genetics and developmental histories cause each of us to respond differently to these elements of the modern environment. And some of us, like Amanda, respond by sending hormonal signals that elevate our set point for body fat. It's not that Amanda's system has stopped working. It's just that it's working to a set point
Yes.
that's too high.
Yes? Yes, girls?
No, Miss Ghali say
Yes, Ghalia?
Miss